so it's been a little while since I've uploaded a video, and many of you know I've been working on illustrations for a children's book. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys an update on my progress and how it's going, really. If you follow me on Instagram, SketchyTrav on Instagram, you've seen a lot of the current illustrations. But in the video, I kind of skipped how I kind of came up with the concept of the children's book and maybe the original ideas I had for it. But I just wanted to kind of go back and show you guys the first couple illustrations that kind of inspired the book, or the idea of it. I mean, I had the idea of the story in my head, and this first illustration is kind of the forest witch or enchantress or whatever, and I had an idea of the story in my head, and this was kind of the first concepts I did for that character. I didn't look at anything for these, and eventually I decided to reference photos for the book rather than just go straight from my imagination. So this looks a little bit different than what the final product will look like, but I just wanted to show you guys these first couple. So right here you can see both the directions I could have gone. This was the first concept for the princess, and this was like this bunny character that totally changed in the book. But you can see how much different the styles are. I wanted something like this because I didn't want it to be cartoony. I wanted it to be more my style, which I feel like this right here is. It's a little bit of a realism mixed with stylized kind of drawing, so I definitely like the direction I went with this. So now I'm going to kind of just flip through my sketchbook and show you guys the pages that I've been working on. You guys saw this one in that first video, and you saw the colored version. So here's the next finished drawing. You guys didn't see this one. And over here I'll put the colored version. As you can tell from the first video, I said I wanted to keep the real hand-drawn look, and as you can tell, I kind of got that. So this is the princess kind of playing in the forest. Here's the next finished version, finished drawing from the book that I worked on, so completely done illustration. And here is another finished page. So in this scene, the little bunny creature kind of has transformed and turned into this forest enchantress, which I'm still working on the illustration that kind of really shows you the enchantress, what she really looks like. And also I've hidden kind of fun little things. Like if you follow my channel and some of the ideas I had for the graphic novel when I was working on that, you remember the mushroom people. I've incorporated them. There's goblins that aren't a part of the story, but as you can see, these guys are kind of in the different pages, and I wanted to do this because I really like having the images come to life, and maybe if a person's reading this book to their kid, the child sees the goblins in the background, you know, just as like kind of like little shadows and stuff, and when the enchantress pops out, they like run into the distance. So little fun stuff like that I wanted to incorporate in the book. Here's another finished page. This is one of my more recent ones. This one is when, and I've skipped ahead in the book. I'm kind of going back and forth based on the photos, and just to keep things interesting so I don't have to keep drawing the forest over and over again, because I have a few more forest scenes to do. But this is at the castle, and this is when the kids are, or the garden has, instead of growing vegetables, now grows candy and stuff like that. So I wanted this to make this page really vivid and have a lot of color, and just because I remember books growing up that you still can picture those images where you're like, oh, I want to eat that off the page kind of stuff, and I wanted this page to be like that. So a lot of color and fun stuff. So then I went back to drawing the forest scene again. So in this scene, Elena has gotten her wish, which I haven't told you guys the whole story because I kind of want it to be a surprise, but she gets a wish, and so she's fleeing the forest to go back to the kingdom to kind of see if her wish came true. And in this scene, she's running out of the forest, so this will all be lit with color. I haven't colored this one yet, but you can see this. She's running by a fairy village. And I just want to incorporate this because, like I said, I want it to have fun images for kids to kind of like look at the artwork and see details like the little fairy sitting on the tree branch and just little stuff like that. I really want it to be just more than just a simple kid's book. I want it to be, you know, a piece of me, especially since it's for my daughter. So here's a rough sketch of what one of the later pages will be, and this is like when I just really start blocking in the lines and stuff. And in this scene you'll have a lot of tired, sad people kind of sitting around, so you can kind of see a beginning illustration right here. So I'm going to kind of go back to this page for a second and talk about, like, so one thing I really wanted to avoid with this story is I wanted to do something that sometimes I feel like things are watered down too much to I don't know, just like people don't get super creative with stuff. So I told my wife, because she wanted me to draw this kind of princess that was like a Barbie type looking, just normal princess, and I'm like, I want to do something that's weird. So when you guys do finally see the Enchantress drawing, I think I said princess, I meant Enchantress. So the Enchantress is actually this bunny rabbit, this unicorn bunny, which Elena, my daughter, absolutely loves, so I'm super happy about that. I love, like, that this character turned out so memorable and that she'll remember this character forever. But the Enchantress, I think I might do with like a bunny nose and a horn, and she'll just be really weird looking, and I want her to be memorable. I don't want her to look like everybody else's drawing. And I feel like sometimes people just try to conform too much to, especially if they're working on something that might end up being published or sold. Like, I'm not quite sure on this. Like I said before, I'm always kind of maybe talking about seeing how it turns out and then going from there. But I just want it to be original and creative and not try to cater to anything other than my own artistic ambition, I guess you'd call it. So, but anyway, so that's an update on the book so far. It's been a lot of work, and these pages take forever, way more time than my daily sketches or anything like that. I mean, there's a lot of detail, and then coloring them takes a while too. So, and in the last video I did, if you're interested on seeing exactly how I color these pages, you can check that video out as well. So anyway, that's the update, and I'm gonna keep working on this thing until I get it finished. So here's a few, this is kind of as I've been going, printing out the pages just so I have a working kind of progress to keep me motivated and stuff. So I printed this out, and this is kind of the size of the book, how it'll be laid out. So, and the text and everything like that isn't finalized. I'm just trying to go for look and feel right now. But so you can kind of see how it'll look printed. But I feel like the pages are, I'm really hitting the mark. This page I love, just the softness of the background and everything. There's some things I might want to tweak out on this page though. Her hair is, the highlights in them are off. I need to fix that. But then I do these little sketches to kind of see the game plan of what I'm doing going forward. So they're super rough and simple. It just gives me an idea, because I don't want to make them too complicated, because I don't want to have anything stuck in my head of a layout before I start the drawing. Like this drawing is the one of her running out of the forest, and I completely changed it. So I try to keep these real simple so I can kind of change them as I go. But yep, so that's the update. I can't wait to get this thing finished and show you guys the final version. I might end up doing like a motion story of this for YouTube at some point, but it's been super fun, and it's one of those projects where I feel like when I finish it, I'll feel like I have accomplished a lot. So anyway guys, that's the update, and thanks for watching. I'm gonna try and I took a little break for a while there, but I'm definitely gonna try and keep the videos going again once a week like I had been. It was a nice break. Right now I'm playing in a basketball league, and I just kind of took a break from everything. I took a week off of work, and I've just spent that with my family, and it's been a really good break from everything. And so I feel motivated and refreshed, and I think you should see more videos coming soon. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you haven't, subscribe.